Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geek podcast with me, Rob Taylor.
Me, Scott Witham.
Me, Paul Constable.
Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geek podcast with me, Rob Taylor.
Me, Scott Witham.
Me, Paul Constable.
And we're going to be talking 80s and 90s movies from our childhood.
The greatest cinema era ever.
You know, there's some things I forgot to tell you guys, and they're really important. Number one, he hates bright lights. We know that. But you got to keep him out of the sunlight. Sunlight will kill him. Number two, keep him away from water. Don't give him any water to drink. And whatever you do, don't give him a bath. And probably the most important thing, don't ever feed him after midnight.
Welcome to episode 5. Today we are discussing the 1984 horror comedy classic that is Gremlins. With me once again are 2 horrible looking creatures. It definitely shouldn't be feeding after midnight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, they'd be on the toilet, indigestion, it'd be a nightmare, a right mess. It is Scott, rocking Ricky Rialto with them. And Paul, the bathroom buddy Constable.
Oh.
How are you guys?
Very well, thanks.
Good.
Very disappointed with my middle name. The bathroom buddy.
It's great. It's the worst invention ever, but it's good.
Well, the juicer, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was bad, yeah.
You walked in Polka or whatever it was.
Paul the Juicer Constable. I could have gone with that, but don't sound right, does it?
Yeah. No, just leave that one where it stands.
Everyone's turned it off now. Right, okay, Gremlins, memories of this coming out.
Well, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified with this film. Hid behind the sofa, screaming, parents laughing at me because they obviously didn't find it scary. Terrified of this film growing up.
I thought I was watching Back to the Future, but they've remade it in snow when I first started watching it.
Yeah. Same place, same square.
This is probably one of my... This and The Goon is probably like in the top 5 of favourite 80s films for me. But again, yeah, absolutely hated it when I was a kid because it was so scary.
So much so that watching it for this must have been the first time in 30 years I've seen it, because I was just so traumatised watching it growing up. I did not want to go and watch it again.
Yeah. And
I'll tell you about my experiences rewatching it 30 years later. But yeah, it's one of the scariest films growing up.
There's things like, even now when I hear that song that they play on the record player, that Do You Hear What I Hear?
Yeah.
If I hear that at Christmas time, it straight away reminds me of
triggers
Gremlins. You know,
PTSD.
I still, even at 42 years old, I can't sleep with my foot out the covers because I'm thinking a Gremlin's going to scratch my feet or something. But yeah, terrified me, but I loved it. So this came out in 1984, released on my birthday, June the 8th. Yep, June the 8th.
I thought it was a Christmas film.
Well, yeah, so it was released, I think I'm right in saying this, June the 8th in America, and it came out on the 7th of December in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, same day as Ghostbusters. So this came out...
But a different year, or no, the exact same day.
Exact same day.
In the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, what a weekend that would have been.
Yeah, so Ghostbusters or Gremlins, you could have gone on.
Well, I was watching Ghostbusters because it was my birthday.
Oh, right.
Oh, that would have been a hell of a weekend to go just watch both of those. I'd be terrified of both films.
So it's your birthday in December, and it was my birthday in June when it came out. Look at that.
There you go.
Happy birthday.
And this week's Die Hard link, Die Hard probably came out on Scott's birthday. I don't know. Did it?
I have no idea. Anyone
That's
know?
one to look up.
No, but I've got 2 for later.
You got some Die Hard
I've got some good ones for later.
There are some good links to other films in this one coming up for me. Anyway,
this was written by Chris Columbus.
Yep.
Who did The Goonies, and I think he got the idea. He was a student in New York, I think, and he was like renting this place, and he was in the attic where his room was, and at night time he had like mice running across his bedroom, and he thought of these little creatures would be scary, and that's how he got the idea. He, I think Spielberg bought the script.
Well, that and the term Gremlins allegedly originated in the RAF.
Right.
So the RAF would refer to any type of fault, any little glitch in the mechanical systems, the wires, the cables, anything going wrong, as little gremlins that needed to be kind of expunged from the system. So, and that's mentioned, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the characters.
Yeah. I'm sure I can even remember, I think my nan saying something when the TV broke. It's got gremlins in it.
Yeah. And they mentioned that in this.
Messing things up. So Joe Dante was the producer? Director, sorry.
What else has Joe Dante done? Because I don't recognise the name.
Did he do Back to the Future?
Was he a Back to the Future guy?
I don't think so. It's not a name I recognise from Back to the Future.
He's done something that we've mentioned.
We'll just quickly
look that up.
Yeah, I'll do that as you carry on.
But this script, it was supposed to be a lot darker. So Chris Columbus wrote it with the mum was going to have her head decapitated.
Really?
The Gremlins were going to kill the dog.
Really?
They were going to go to McDonald's and eat all the people but leave the food. But then Spielberg thought this is a bit too dark and then decided to still make it a horror but not as bad.
He done Gremlins too.
Have they?
Yeah,
Small Soldiers.
Burbs, did you know that?
The Burbs, yeah, that's it. I did have it right down, actually.
Piranha, Inner Space.
Explorers.
Explorers,
that's it,
yeah. Nothing, Twilight Zone, the movie. Nothing else I'm really... Looney Tunes back in action.
Okay, yeah. my favourite film ever.
So that's probably why we didn't recognise him much, to be honest. Beverly Hills Cop 3 and The Phantom. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a lot darker, but they changed
I'm
it.
glad.
Also, Gizmo was going to turn into Stripe. It was going to be one of the baddies.
Right.
But Spielberg again said that it'd be good if we had one that didn't transform. So
yeah, it was something for the younger generation the kids to kind of connect to, having an overarching good guy or good mogwai.
And he's cute.
Yeah, they want something that they can sell toys of.
I was going to say, it probably helps with the merch.
Yes, that's what it was all about back in the 80s.
I never found him cute. I always found him still.
Oh, he was.
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
Absolutely.
Everyone always wanted a mogwai, Gizmo.
Yeah, he's still turned into a gremlin. I think that's what in the back of my mind.
The thing is, he is one meal away at the wrong time of turning into a gremlin.
Yeah.
But he was sensible that he kind of knew not to.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what Gizmo would have been like as a gremlin. It would have been weird.
So he was a nice mogwai, wasn't he?
So would he be a nice gremlin?
Yeah. So I read that 1 in 10,000 mogwais are good or nice. So
Right.
this come from the book, and which is it's not mentioned in the film, but 1 in 10,000. So he was one of the nice ones. Mogwai meaning devil, I think. In
Really?
Chinese, Cantonese, or something. Yeah, devil.
You're multi-talented.
God.
I don't speak it. I just looked that up.
Oh, okay.
The old internet. This was the 4th highest grossing film of the year, behind Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters and Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, but what a great year 1984 was. I'm sorry, but 1985 wasn't too bad either because you had Back to the Future, but Beverly Hills Cop, Gremlins, Indiana Jones.
And probably more that we yet to kind of cover. Yeah, that sounds like a great year.
Budget 11 million, and it took in the box office 212.
Wow.
And still taking money.
Which is pretty impressive.
I had to buy Gremlins to do the research.
As did I.
Oh, I bought it a couple of years back. Yep, and it could have cost a lot less, but they had to make all the puppets, obviously, which cost even more once they started making those. And I read that, first of all, they thought, instead of making the puppets, what they could do is put masks on monkeys.
Jesus.
And so I don't know if this is true or not, but obviously the first monkey they tried it on probably went mental.
Yes.
Shat all over the place and thought, okay, let's not do that then.
I can't see that working.
No. I don't think.
Yeah, if they did ever try it, it was the era of new film techniques, new film ideas, a new industry, technology and stuff. So they gave it a shot, I should imagine. And
well, nowadays it would be CGI.
Oh, yeah. The puppetry in this, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like even watching it back, back then it was great, but watching it back, it is held up well. You know, you don't get puppetry. Again, everything nowadays will be CGI.
But that doesn't seem to test the time, CGI. I mean, you can look back on a film in 15 years' time and say, Jesus, I mean...
But the puppets are amazing. Even now you look at it and you think, wow, they're pretty good. And while we're on that...
while we're on the subject...
Go on, Scott.
Well, we interviewed Ian Grant from the Seattle...
He has the largest Gremlin online museum.
Online museum.
But he's got the most... Gremlin puppets.
Original Gremlin puppets.
Yeah, in North America. So he's got loads. So at the end of this podcast, we got an interview with him, which was quite cool.
Wicked to do. It was wicked to do.
Yeah, good of him as well.
And
thanks for that.
Out his motivations, his kind of collection, and his insight to the whole business of not only collecting props but Gremlins itself and
keeping history, because otherwise they would just go into disrepair. And a lot of the Gremlins or the puppetries he's had them refurbished, and some of them have had quite a bit of work on them. You know, so without it going to movie distance, we're never to be seen again.
Yeah, and we recorded that, and that's going on YouTube as well, isn't it, Paul?
Correct.
Yep. So that'll be,
we'll have the video so you can be able to see the museum, see what he's got, and some of the animatronics within the puppets as well, which is pretty amazing.
Excellent. Right, shall we go
Let's
through?
go scene by scene.
Okay. Before we start, did you know this film? It introduced the PG-13 certificate.
Right.
So when it came out, there was I think in America it was like PG then R.
Right.
Which I guess is the same as us, as in PG and 18.
R in America is 18, but if you're with an adult.
Right, okay.
Because I remember going to see RoboCop 2 in America, and it was an R. Right. And actually, funny you say that, I also, at the same time we were in America, we watched RoboCop 2, and we saw Gremlins 2, the new batch in America.
Excellent. That's pretty cool.
So they introduced PG-13 for this film.
Yeah, so it wasn't the first film to have it. I think a film called Red Dawn was, but this gave the idea that they need another rating in between PG and 18.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this and Indiana Jones, I think, were the two films which came out roughly the same time that they introduced the PG-13.
Indiana Jones was a PG-13.
I think so. I don't know. I think so. Something like that. Or that was the idea of it.
If it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that bit at the end was melting faces.
Yeah.
That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But another podcast episode for Indiana Jones.
Coming up soon. June, July time. Right, okay, Gremlins then. So it starts off with a chap in Chinatown who is the dad. And his name is Rand
Peltzer,
that's it, the inventor.
Makes the unthinkable thinkable, but it's slightly different.
Yeah.
He's shopping in Chinatown, isn't he, for a present for his son. Mm-hmm. He's already got a dog, but he thinks he needs something else, another pet.
Well, he was sold the pet rather than looking for a pet, wasn't he?
Good point, yeah. He goes in there.
Responsibility.
And he was also trying to sell the bathroom buddy.
Yeah, the bathroom buddy. This brick of a thing that he says to save you like carrying stuff around, yet you're carrying this massive brick with stuff you don't even need. I'll just take a wash bag. But anyway, so he goes in and he hears Gizmo, doesn't he? He's singing away.
No, nice try.
Anyway, so the young lad. No, he goes to offer $200, doesn't he?
Yeah, and basically the old guy just says no.
Not for sale.
You're not for sale. Too much responsibility. Yada yada yada. And the kid's like,
why not sale?
$200, Granddad.
Come on.
$200. So the little git just goes behind his granddad's back anyway and sells it. You know?
He goes and buys himself a Nintendo, probably.
Yeah.
Granddad's going, where's the Mogwai? I don't know, he got out probably. So he buys it for his son. And then the film starts. One of my favourite opening credits to a film.
I love that Christmas tune.
Yeah, I think it's Darling Love.
Yeah.
And it just comes up, Gremlins in the middle of the screen, red writing, isn't it? And the snow. Although,
didn't they use that in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York?
Yes, I think they did.
Which song?
Darlene Love. I don't know what it's actually called now. Snow's coming down.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They did. Now I remember, yeah.
So all that isn't obviously snow. It's because it was filmed in the summertime in, I'm guessing, somewhere hot.
Rob the Fax Taylor.
It was like sand. And
Christmas, baby, please come home.
Okay. All right, I will. Are you talking to me? Oh. Yeah.
So what do they use? Polystyrene.
So it was like white sand. The close-ups were like snow, which they, I guess, melted quickly. You know, and he had to wear. Obviously, it's meant to be winter, so he's got like a jacket on all the time. So I think Zach Galligan said when he was filming it was really hot because we always had coats on and layers, but it was filmed in the summer.
It's funny what they can pull off.
Yeah,
because it doesn't. You just imagine watching it.
Yeah,
being cold.
Because he said, "Oh, you won't be able to see our breath," and they just said, "Just forget about it. No one's going to be looking for that."
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
So that start, I love that start. Good.
And they go into the 80s. I mean, the bank.
Oh yeah, the bank.
So that was the same building as the 80s cafe. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And where is the square? Is it a studio or
Universal Studios?
It's on Universal Studios. Well, that's reusing assets. I like that. Who made? Is this Universal Studios? Amblin Entertainment.
Yeah. If it wasn't just the first film that had that logo, Amblin,
right?
I think. So it starts with the Christmas tree, doesn't it? Corey Feldman once again.
Young Corey Feldman.
We sort of talk about him every week, every pod.
So there's our first link to a previous episode.
I think we renamed the Retro Movie Geeks podcast the Corey Feldman.
Yeah. If he wants to come on this podcast, listen to this,
Corey, if you're out there.
There's plenty of films still to do.
Yeah. And is it? I've always thought this. Is he inside a Christmas tree?
Yeah.
He is.
He's dressed up as a Christmas tree.
He's dressed up as a Christmas tree.
Yeah, sorry, you're actually right. It's a costume.
It's a costume, right. I always wondered that, because then when he brings it later on in the film to Billy's house, he's like, I bought you a tree, but he just comes in as the tree, so I thought...
No, he drags the tree in.
Yeah, he drags the tree
as he's dressed as a Christmas tree. Right, okay, yeah. Now I know, after all these years. Thanks for that.
I'm glad you saw that after watching it about 5 or 6 times for this podcast.
We watched it once.
Yeah.
The car's not working, is it? Mr. Futterman's there.
That's the start, you see, that's the Gremlins.
Yeah, Mr. Futterman, who is the sort of xenophobic...
He doesn't like foreign cars. Everything is foreign. Anything foreign is going to fail.
His Kentucky Harvester's always working, it's reliable. But
even a gremlin could use it.
Yeah. So he can't get into his car, so he has to walk, which looks like a 2-minute walk anyway.
Yeah.
So why does he get in the car? Why start your car? Scrape the ice when the bank is just round the corner.
Mm-hmm. How did you get around mine today, Rob?
I drove.
Okay, just putting it out there.
Yeah, but it's a little bit further, and I had stuff to carry, and I'm lazy. So Billy is our main character in this, isn't he?
Works at the bank,
and
takes his dog into the bank, which I found bizarre.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, isn't it?
It's like nobody said a thing.
No
boss said a thing, but we later find out that they do have a problem with that.
Yeah.
This is a bank, not a pet store.
Yeah. Very good, Gerald. Thank you. And Mrs. Deagle comes in, the Wicked Witch of the West.
This I did not pick up on. I couldn't remember any of this overarching story of her being an idiot, basically a mean old lady. Property development, I think she was into, and then just basically runs the place, pushes to the front of the queue. Everyone hates her.
Yeah,
threatening to take someone's dog or something like that.
Yeah, and kill it. She wants to kill the dog.
Kill the dog, throw the lady and her 2 children out at Christmas.
Yeah.
So
quite clearly it's cold out.
I couldn't remember any of that, and it sets it up nicely for my favourite scene coming up later on. So evil woman.
Yep, she's not very nice.
That the audience are supposed to hate. We love to hate.
Then we go to the bar, don't they? Anyway, and Gerald, who is Judge
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
So there's another Beverly Hills Cop amongst many other appearances.
Literally for this scene, isn't he?
Yeah, just to basically say how good he is and how Billy. Is it Billy?
Billy. Yeah.
How rubbish Billy is, and tries to pull the girl.
Yeah.
Who decides or makes it known that she prefers Billy.
Phoebe Cates,
sure.
the lovely
Phoebe
Phoebe
Cates.
Cates. Yeah, so we go to Billy's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the egg machine. Doesn't he want to help his mum do the cooking or something?
Yeah. The ultimate egg peeler or egg
peeler.
Egg peeler. Let's say egg peeler.
She's made by his dad.
Yep. That brilliant 80s, 70s, 80s application, kitchen application technology, which is just rubbish. You find stuff at car boot sales now that would easily be invented by Mr. Peltzer.
Invented by his dad, and these massive machines are all over the kitchen, on the just taking up clutter on the. I hate it when my air fryer's out.
Yeah,
I have to put it away. But
that's what the 80s was all about. Is a new emerging technology market.
Put it back in the cupboard with all the Tupperware.
Yeah.
Dad arrives. He comes back from his
business trip.
Singing away. That bit used to annoy me. And he's got a gift. What has he got? He's got a gift for Billy for Christmas.
So what did the wife get?
Yeah, what did the wife get?
I don't know. Probably another invention for the kitchen. And he hands his gift to Billy. They turn the lights down, don't they? Turn the lights low.
Yeah, because of course the 3 rules were.
Of course, yeah, we're about
told by the.
Yeah.
Who wasn't? It couldn't have been the old.
No, the young kid.
The young lad outside.
Hey, Mister.
Not after. So not after eating after midnight.
Yeah, that's the main one. That's the last one.
Bright lights and don't have contact with water.
Yeah, 3 rules that they definitely shouldn't break, which they probably break within the first day. So he hands the mogwai, opens it up. Little head pops out. Now, if that was me, I'll go. What is this?
What the hell is this?
I'm no.
Get it away from me.
Yeah, I'm no David Attenborough, but I know my animals. I'll be like, what is this?
It can sing.
It plays the keyboard. I'll be like, what?
You bought me a Furby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically what it is, isn't it? But yeah. So,
come on, very cute. Very cute.
Dog likes it. They go take a photo of it. Straight away.
Bright light.
Mum's got the flash on. And that's when the dad
goes, oh yeah, sorry, totally forgot.
Some rules.
Yeah, some rules.
Just about to get the McDonald's out or the takeaway pizza.
The 3 important rules, which we just said, and then we go to.
So there's him hanging around in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Sorting off things. Corey Feldman's character comes in.
Peter Rose has a Christmas tree again.
And he shows him it. Shows him the mogwai. And he knocks over a pot of paint.
Yeah, how old is Pete and how old is Billy? This is another weird thing. We've talked about relationships before with Doc and that's like what
Flight. A 16-year-old hanging around with an 8-year-old.
Yeah, no, I reckon he's older than that 'cause he's working in the banks.
Of course,
he's got to be 20, 21.
Yeah, you're right.
And then like a 9-year-old comes
hanging around
in his bedroom, chilling out.
80s were a different time.
Pete sees it and it's like, oh, this is nice, and then just goes and reads the comic.
Yeah, gets a bit bored with it, but knocks over glass of water.
Yeah, the paintbrush.
First start of terrifying kind of. Starting to see the terrifying. Yeah, all the popping, and it's Gizmo's clearly distressed on the floor, horrified kind of look on his face, and
Well, in real life, there's 8 years difference. Corey Feldman is 51, and Zach Gilligan is 59.
Yeah, so it's probably about the age difference in the film, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, and then all these little mogwai pop out of his back. And they're not very nice, are they?
Yeah, they seem to be a bit more mischievous.
Gizmo's looking all sad.
Mischievous.
One's got a Mohican or Mohawk.
Yep.
Mohican, whatever. So that's what happens when they get wet, which they didn't know, did they? Didn't know that if you get
they didn't tell what happens. They just told don't get wet.
Don't get them wet. It could have been they die. You could have killed it straight away.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that'd have been a quick film.
That's the end.
Roll credits.
There's that bit with his dad going through his inventions. That's coming up now, I think. And that card shuffling machine.
Oh, yeah.
It was massive again. It's like the size of a small car, basically, just to shuffle some cards. And this is when Billy comes down and says to his dad, they multiply multiply with water.
And again, nobody seems kind of bothered or affected by this. You know,
Yeah.
having one mogwai suddenly turn into 20.
Yeah. So he keeps him in a little box in his bedroom. I love his bedroom up in the attic as well. I love that sort of like 80s kids
Christmas
American
lights
bedroom.
around,
Yeah,
like
it's cool, isn't it?
CRT TV and probably a Nintendo somewhere.
Yep. That is cool. Nighttime arrives. Then this bit, the dog gets tied up, at Christmas lights outside on the porch.
And that was by
So they thought it was by Mrs. Deagle because she wanted the dog.
Yeah, that was by...
It was by the little mogwai, which I still don't know how they done it.
Mogwais, were they gremlins by then?
No, they were mogwai then.
The mogwais tied the dog up.
They're only like a few inches high. They managed to get a dog.
Wow.
No one says who done it, and we don't know who done it.
We know who's supposed
but
to have
it's
done
going to
it.
have to be them, isn't it?
Yeah. Poor dog. Don't mess with the dogs.
Yeah. I know, poor. I know it's freezing as well. But so we guess that the mogwai did it. So next day, is it? Weirdly, Billy takes one of his instead of taking it to the vet or taking it somewhere.
He takes it to a science teacher.
He takes it to a science, and he's left school because he must have left school ages ago. He takes it to a science teacher. The mayor from The Wire. That's what I remember his name from.
Oh, that's the mayor from The Wire.
Mayor from The Wire, yeah. Glyn Turman. He's the mayor. He's also a science teacher. So he goes there, and I guess he's going to do some experiments on him, isn't he?
He gives him one of them to study, and he takes blood. Is that right?
That's it, yes.
Yeah.
He leaves one there, doesn't he?
He
Yeah.
didn't tell him the 3 rules.
He didn't tell him
No,
the 3 rules.
he didn't. Oh, okay.
Not that I don't think he had any choice in it, because he kind of dragged the food, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he did get to it, yeah. Right, so then we go...
At what point does the dad phone from another convention?
That's coming up.
That's coming up,
Well,
okay.
I've got some cracking things on that.
Me too.
Probably got the same as me, and that's good. So this is the bit then where Billy's in the room, and this is when it all turns to...
So it's implied that they unplug
Yeah.
his alarm clock.
They're hungry, aren't they?
Yeah, this wouldn't happen nowadays because we'd have phones, multiple alarms.
Because he
there.
kind of holds...
They
Yeah.
whisper, don't they? They all whisper in a box.
Yeah, yeah.
This, and then cut it. Yeah, he goes and gets the chicken from the fridge. A lot of chicken.
And quite disgusting.
Scoffing it.
Yeah, it's all sticky and slimy
Yeah,
around their
close
hands.
up on their
It's
faces.
horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're piranha in it, basically,
Yeah.
aren't they? They're devouring it. That's just gross. And this is what's so... The whole kind of, like, the puppetry around Alien... the using the Alien films and that kind of disgustingness kind of translates to here.
Yeah.
You know, because some of the puppetry and stuff, it's just, that's disgusting. Not scary, but just disgusting, just gross to look at.
Yeah.
Even little furry mogwais can be disgusting if you do it right, which they did.
So they all ate about from... so this was like... His alarm clock said 20 to 12, didn't it? But obviously it was gone 12. So it was after midnight. But Gizmo doesn't eat. He's just sat there chilling on the bed, and he having fun. Fun! Pretty neat. His 3D glasses on. He's just chilling.
Away from it. He's a bit of a loner. He's
Well, he's
old Gizmo.
yeah, he's just...
He's the one, the 0.01%.
Yep. He's up there just chilling out on the bed. We go to the school now, don't we?
Where the same thing has happened. He nabbed a chocolate bar or something.
Well, this is like, there's a clock on the wall in the school. It's like 2:20 in the morning, and the science teacher's still there working. Like, I don't know many teachers.
Well, unless this is a breakthrough in science, which presumably it is.
So teacher's there 2:20 in the morning, working on
Which is a bit bizarre, but a new scientific discovery on the brink of new scientific breakthrough on the brink of being discovered. So you can understand his enthusiasm.
So he goes home, but he leaves his flipping sandwich.
Oh,
What a plonker!
what a plonker!
Although he didn't know about the rule, but still,
Who leaves the sandwich?
The science teacher.
Mr. Hanson. He leaves his sandwich right next to the mogwai, who then eats it at the same. Must have been the same sort of time, roughly, as the other dudes. And back to Billy's house, he wakes up.
Chrysalises is.
Oh, Mum, could you come up here, please?
Yeah.
Mum.
Mum sorts everything out.
These disgusting cocoons.
Yeah, really horrible. Again, more just reminds me of Alien, of course. But just that gross, slimy, sticky.
Yeah.
But, gross.
He's sure he didn't feed him after midnight. Mum, what's going on here? Then he notices, someone has.
Yeah, he looks at the clock. I didn't feel much about it. Look, it was, and he feel the time's the same as it was when he checked. And he grabs the cable, and it's been snipped.
Yeah. Now this is the scene when Rand, the dad,
right.
So this must be Christmas Eve, I'm guessing.
Okay.
He's at a convention on Christmas Eve, which seems a bit odd. Mm-hmm. So what have you got on this? Because I've got a bit on this.
So I only actually saw this on a meme that popped up on Facebook. It was what's going on in the background.
Yes.
There's this great big invention.
Yeah.
Which
loads of going on here.
Unbeknownst to me at the time, and I have read this book since the time H.G. Wells' Time Machine.
That's it.
There's a machine that fits the description of that perfectly.
In the background.
In the background, in one scene, it cuts back to the mum and then cuts back to the dad, and it's gone. It's vaporised. It's disappeared.
The extras are sort of like...
Yeah, what's going on?
Can't figure out what's happened.
And again, when I was a kid, no idea what was going on.
No, I didn't know that.
But it's implied that they had a time machine that actually worked and threw this pilot back in time. Also, you have the robot from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Walks through.
Competition is a little bit more advanced than I thought.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
He's his bathroom buddy, and they've got robots walking around.
And another thing, because then I started looking for whatever little Easter eggs, I guess they would be called, but in the background. There's one guy who's walking through in a suit and a pipe, and he's got white hair, and I think he's got a hat on or not. A big, tall guy, and I think that is supposed to be Oppenheimer.
Right, okay.
Who created the first nuclear bomb.
Right, I didn't know this.
And then the film's actually coming out with Cillian Murphy soon, against the invention of the first atomic bomb. I think it looks very much like him in their classic clothes.
Did you know the guy on the bike goes past? That's Spielberg.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the bike with his leg in cast because he hurt his leg before. And just go in front of the shot is Spielberg on a bike. And the guy in the phone booth behind is... Jerry Goldsmith, the guy who did the music for the film. So they're all like...
So they have a little...
This little scene, it's got loads going on, which I didn't realise at the time. Then we flicked back to the school. Again on Christmas Eve. Kids are at school on Christmas Eve. And
he comes back to check on his scientific progress.
But also people are still buying Christmas trees on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. That's a bit late, isn't it? Although people used to do that, but... Yeah. Perhaps I don't want the needles to drop.
12 days of Christmas, isn't it? It's supposed to be Christmas and then onwards.
Yeah.
Originally, traditionally. So this is the point where it first, for me, rewatching it, starting to get a bit tense. Oh, I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, it starts, yeah.
'Cause it's done very cleverly, and my wife was watching it too, who also hated it as a kid, and, basically sat on the sofa going, holding each other's hand and going, I don't know what's going to happen. It's like, I can't remember this bit either. So, very good at generating tension and suspense.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I didn't find this as scary as the whole thing.
Yeah, this scene, this creeped me out.
But this was,
He phones the teacher phones Billy, doesn't he? And Billy, he says he's like, it's hatched. So Billy legs it to the school, and while he's on the way to the school, he starts attacking the teacher, doesn't he?
So what actually happens to the teacher?
He goes to give him a chocolate bar or something.
Yum, 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 yum.
And then all we know...
Well, it's under the table,
grabs his hand, doesn't it? Yeah, he grabs his hand, and then I think his scene cuts.
Right.
And then when Billy gets there...
He's underneath.
The mayor from The Wire is dead on the floor with the syringe.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. We never see him alive again.
No, I guess
and he's got a syringe in him, but it's not...
A syringe in his...
Because I was thinking about this like, did the Gremlins ever actually kill anyone? And I didn't know back when I was a kid that whether they did or not. I didn't pick up on it. It was just all scary.
Yeah, well, you guess he's dead. He's lying there.
Now it appears that the Gremlins did actually kill people. You know, which elevates the stakes a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, like we said earlier, it would have been a lot darker. They're
Rather than just
cutting
being-
heads off.
Well, they're trying to bite them, aren't they? Because a
Rather
little
than
bit
just being
later on,
mischievous and a bit scratchy.
well, when they're attacking Billy's mum, they're in the tree. No, they're trying to
Yeah.
bite her. So
Yeah.
You just think, oh, it's like owning a cat would be like you get a few scratches, but it would never
Yeah.
kill you. If cats started killing people,
Yeah.
cats become very dark very quickly. It becomes a lot more serious. So the stakes were raised the second time I watched it. It's like, oh, these guys actually do kill people. So we think the school teachers, we assume he's dead then.
I reckon he's dead,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
He's lying there and he's... Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good time on Christmas Eve when there's gremlins around to have a sleep.
No.
Especially under the desk.
No, he's got wrapping to do and everything.
Yeah.
Last minute shopping for his wife at the BP garage. Things like that.
Get a Christmas tree from Hill Valley, from the Clock Square.
This is when we first see the gremlin, is it? So first time we see him is when Billy gets... We see the hand, don't we?
Yeah.
And then Billy gets there, realises he's dead. He goes to get the phone and it scratches Billy's hand and then escapes. So Billy goes to the first aid room and that's where the cupboard opens and that's when you first see the gremlin.
That is a very clever bit
Yeah.
that I didn't remember. And it's just a brief, isn't it? Open, close type
Yeah.
thing. And
Whoa.
what the hell was that?
It's the first time you see him. Yeah, horrible little thing. So he rings his mum and the gremlins disconnect the phone. Like, don't they say phone home or something? Something to do with
Probably,
ET.
yeah. Which again implies that there are electrical faults everywhere and stuff that's messing with all the stuff. This to me is like coming up to one of my top 2 scenes now because again, suspenseful.
Yep.
How many are there? There's about how many gremlins are in the house? Because I get the feeling that she knew how many there was.
There's 5.
Yeah. And so she gets stalked and hunted a little bit.
Yeah, she hears the stuff up. She hears the stuff in the loft, don't she? So, like any mum, grabs the knife.
Yeah, which is brilliant. I mean, she's like original Ripley kind of going on.
Yeah.
From it, it's like woman taking on, well, let's say aliens.
Yep.
In a badass way.
She goes up there and then, that horrible music, that song, Do You Hear What I Hear? By, I don't know, is it Johnny Mathis, I think? Yeah. Which I didn't realise was a Christmas song until a few years later. So that's really creepy. She's gone up to the loft, the eggs are hatched, and then someone hasn't just said, Alexa, play.
Yeah.
He's actually managed to get his little hands on that record player.
Know what he's doing. Brilliant. Like they attack her, they throw plates at her, go into the kitchen, and there's all sorts going on. But she doesn't back away. One's in a food processor.
Yeah, so the first one goes in the blender.
She just turns it on straight away. And do you know what? I remember in the scene and being so scared of it, the green blood going everywhere, the gore disgusting is. I burst out laughing. I really did.
His feet are at the end.
I was just like, yes! That was brilliant.
One gone.
So it really relieved me that actually this was a lot funnier than I remember it. Yes, scary, but also a lot funnier, and I could enjoy it so much more. And then the scene I do remember is the microwave scene.
Yeah,
of course.
so she stabs the next one, I think.
She does, repetitively.
Yeah, straight in there. And the next one is the microwave, yeah.
So she's going on a gremlin killing spree, which is so funny. Yeah, go on. Destroy my childhood fears. Go on, woman.
Whenever I'm stood at a microwave, like waiting for my tea to warm up because I've left it cold, if I'm standing there for longer than 30 seconds, in my mind straight away is a bit of gremlin in there.
Every person our age must be the same. Must think exactly the same. Yeah. Of course, wasn't there something about? Isn't there Fatal Attraction? They do something with a mic. Is it a bunny boiler?
Bunny boiler, yeah.
So I was thinking about kitchen appliance deaths of animals of the kind of 80s and 90s. But gremlins, microwaves, I mean, they have an image and a half from this film alone. You know, what would happen to a gremlin if you put it in there?
His head blows up, doesn't it? That's good.
Which is pretty much how I sounded when I watched this again. I enjoyed it so much more.
It didn't take long either, did it?
No.
That was the third one, and then I think because the other one's at school, so there's one left, isn't there?
One,
which is Stripe.
Okay, Stripe, yeah.
In the Christmas tree.
So it threw something at her or something like that. I can't remember. Jumps out the window.
She sneaks into the lounge, and the stockings move, and they obviously. she thinks something's in there. It's a robot. She goes to that, and the next thing you know, he comes out the Christmas tree, doesn't he?
Yeah, again, scary jump scare type
Yeah,
thing.
like you see the little red eyes
Yeah.
on the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Whoa.
But luckily, Billy comes home with that, and the sword that keeps falling off the wall, he grabs it. And,
Yep.
oh, no, that can't have been Stripe, though, couldn't it? There must be another one.
I thought Stripe was at the window.
Stripe was at the window, yes. So he he chops the head off of that one.
Right.
That's it. And then Stripe's at the window, blowing his nose on the curtain.
Yeah, it chops head off because the head goes flying into the fire.
Yeah, and then Stripe.
Oh, yes.
Stripe legs it. He smashes the window.
Yes, because I remember watching it and seeing that fire and thinking something happens with that fire, but I couldn't remember the scene exactly. Does he knock the whole thing into the fire?
I think
or
he
is it
chops
just
his
the
head off.
I think
Right.
it's just his head.
He cuts
Right.
it off with his sword, doesn't he?
Now, talking about Stripe, you ever heard of the term Mandela effect?
Yes, but I don't know what it means.
Where you can misremember something, and not just you, a whole massive part of the population can misremember something, and it come about where people, not just one or two, but like 50% of people swore Nelson Mandela died way back in
Right, okay.
98.
Right.
No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I remember that happening. And not just one or two people, like your Uncle Bobby or something like that.
Yeah.
Half the population, they call it the Mandela effect.
Right,
where-
okay.
And they believe it's evidence of parallel universes and stuff, blah, 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 whatever. I swore he was called Spike, right?
Yeah, me too.
Spike.
Yeah, I always thought it was Spike.
And I teach kids martial arts.
That's what I thought. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I
We've
teach
not
kids
discussed
martial arts. And this little kid who was talking about Gremlins, and you'd love Gremlins. I've seen it. Oh, that's really great. And talking about I said Spike. He said it's Stripe. I was like, kid, what do you know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the OG here. I watched this when I was a kid. He is called Spike.
I thought it was Spike. That is odd.
And he was adamant. So I then went back, looked it up, and I had to go back to that kid like the next week and go, "Oi, want to word with you?"
Yeah.
I was like, yes. I need to offer you an apology. You were right and I was wrong. I couldn't believe it. It was Spike.
Yeah. I honestly thought he was called Spike as well. Should we call him Spike now?
He is. He's always been Spike.
He's Spike. Let's call him Spike from now on.
Spike.
So Spike goes and jumps in the flipping pool, doesn't he?
So yeah, he chases them. They chase him to the
YMCA.
The YMCA. Good old YMCA. And again, he's playing with the electrics and stuff like that.
That noise when he jumps in the pool.
Yes. So another very scary scene.
And the
this
lights
one.
in the pool and it
The
bubbling.
lights, a mass bubbling. For them to get to do that in what I assume is a 25 metre pool.
Yeah.
That amount of lighting, smoke effect, bubbling, must have been some heavy machinery to get that done. But with the music combined, and you know what it means, not just a drop of water producing 5.
Yeah.
This is a whole submersion producing infinite numbers
Lots
of gremlins.
Billy goes to the cops. Useless cops. Okay, here we go with Die Hard.
And Beverly Hills Cop.
I was thinking Beverly Hills Cop,
Okay, go on, you go first then. So
Yeah,
you go on,
Paul
go
and I
on.
got the same one.
The police officer with the toy plastic gun was in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep.
Who killed Axel Foley's friend in Detroit.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Mine's a lot more tedious than that. So your younger cop is played by Jonathan Banks.
That's the guy.
That's him. Okay, right. So he's in Breaking Bad, isn't he?
Yes.
He was also in an early cop show called McLean's Law.
Really?
Oh,
So there we go. That's my McLean Die Hard.
The same guy, yeah. Yeah. I always remember him. That actor, for me, will be Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another day.
So the police don't believe him, do they?
No, of course not.
Then we get the gremlins coming over the road. Now, this scene, when I was younger,
Terrified.
this terrified me, and I thought it went on for about 5 minutes. Now I watch it, it's like 4 seconds of stop-start animation of them coming over the...
It is.
It
Now, this
looks
goes to
hilarious.
Jason Argonaut style stop-start animation. They must use little plastic models or whatnot.
Yeah.
It does. It looks nothing like I remember it. It was just like, oh.
A light smashes when they were recording this. It blew, and I think Joe Dante said that let's just keep it in because we don't do it all again and start again, whatever. Let's keep it in as if the Gremlins smashed the light, which fits in quite well. But that scene, it literally a few seconds, wasn't it? And it looks so stupid now. But at the time when I was younger, and I'm sure it was longer.
We knew no different. We knew no different, did we? So it was.
Well, it's 40 years ago.
Yeah, next year.
It was terrifying, like to see that many Gremlins.
Yeah, and now they're all coming to town.
They're approaching town.
This is when the shit hits the fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happens next? Right, I've got a list here.
Yeah, because everything's going on.
Okay, we have got... So the music... Doesn't the music...
Right.
Happen now as well?
Brilliant.
Mr. Futterman's snowplow comes through the house.
So the Gremlins in the snowplow.
Christmas Eve, he's trying to watch telly pictures going on the telly. He's going to have to go up on the roof. I've checked the aerial.
Again, more reference to things going wrong.
Yeah.
Could be little gremlins. Which
do they die? That's what I want to know. Do you reckon they die?
See, again, I assumed that they have a bulldozer, snowplow coming through the house, and there was no scene of them escaping, just them going, in the light. So, yes, this is where I think, well, they're dead.
So that's them
I
out.
thought they were dead.
So,
well, I did for 5 years until 6 years until the second one came out.
right.
What was he in that one?
Was he in the second one?
Yeah, both of them.
Are they? Yes, because they're in New York.
They're in New York, they're on holiday.
So they don't die.
No, they don't die then. Okay, I haven't seen the second
How
one.
did they get out of that? The snowplow was literally coming through their living room and they were pinned up against the wall.
Yeah.
Perhaps it stopped just before.
Maybe the science teacher isn't dead then.
Maybe he was just tired. He was 2:20 in the morning.
He was, he was chloroformed.
You got one in the letterbox and the vicar's posting a letter, and
Yes.
be my guest. Oh, well,
This is actually funny stuff, isn't it? Because this is where it becomes that they're not scary.
Yeah.
They're just mischievous.
Causing
and just,
havoc.
Dicking around.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Messing with the traffic lights.
Yeah, traffic lights are being messed. Which there was no. If you watch in the background, there's no traffic at all.
Yeah,
no cars on the road. But then you have to hear that the two cars in town must actually hit each other.
And what about Mrs. Deagle? So they go to Mrs. Deagle's house now. Did she die?
Oh, she has to have died.
You're up in
Well, she's laid in a chair thing in the garden.
So she thinks it's Christmas carolers, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And she goes, they're not. Where'd they get the earmuff from? The little hats as well.
I don't know where they got the songbook
It
from.
becomes funny.
Maybe they got it from the school.
Just having a right laugh. They don't care. They're just doing things for fun. It's actually funny and joyous to watch them.
I didn't realise that was her from the start.
No. I never got that.
At the start, she's like marching down, basically running down the road to go to the bank. And in this scene, she looks a real frail old lady.
Yeah, she uses a stair.
What's she got a stair lift for?
Yeah.
She's only probably about 50.
Oh, but this
But how
made me
long is
laugh
this stair lift?
out
Because it's like a two-storey
loud.
house, and it seems to go
Goes round,
at speed for so long.
This made me laugh out loud so much because it was the comeuppance to her.
Yeah.
And it was the Gremlins, the anti-hero Gremlins who basically dished out the comeuppance.
Yeah.
And flew her out.
Again, whenever if I see a stair lift anywhere, which I saw one the other day, sent you a picture. Again, just a stair lift means Gremlins.
And it was like, of course, even at the fastest speed you could generate now, it would just like pop off the top and stay inside the house. The fact that they launched her completely out of her roof across like the street, it was funny as hell. And this is where I think this film ain't that bad. What was I worried about all this time? Rewatching it as an adult, it was hilarious.
Tamper with the sheriff's brakes, and then you got the radio, and Rockin' Ricky Rialto is on the radio, and he's like, "What's that, Kitty? What's back there? Some of Ricky fans." And he says, "Hey, you're not a Rockin' Ricky fan."
Yeah.
And the Gremlins break into the. You don't see anything, but you know they're just,
you just hear it.
You're not a Rockin' Ricky fan.
We've got the bar. Have you got the bar on your list there?
The bar scene.
Yeah,
that is just chaos, isn't it?
So where she's trying to serve them.
Yeah,
while
lovely
you
Kate.
You wouldn't just get out there.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
There's Gremlins everywhere now, aren't they? They are literally all.
Do I remember? Well, there's a flashing one.
Flashing Gremlin, yeah.
Do I remember? Because I didn't watch it. It didn't happen this time. Was there a scene she just boots it in the nuts?
I don't think so.
Oh, I must be thinking of something.
I don't think he had any nuts, because when he flashed, I had a look.
Well, yeah.
I couldn't see his little.
There wouldn't be.
I couldn't see his todger.
But I'm sure she kind of just went. Doof, and just,
perhaps she did that. I don't know.
Punted it.
You got Gremlin. You got on the fan Gremlin going around.
Fan Gremlin.
Smoking Gremlin, like three cigarettes. Puppet show Gremlin.
Yeah. There's a female Gremlin in there somewhere as well. Biker Gremlin.
Yeah. Flash
Poker.
dance.
Yeah.
Again, he's got his outfit.
Yeah.
He's put on. Doing a bit of dancing.
And is this where the first gremlin has a gun?
Yes.
Was he getting raised to the stakes?
Yeah, he's got the mask.
Oh,
yeah. So
up until now, they're bitey, they're scratchy. Whoa, they can shoot.
He's got a gun, yeah. But
he shoots the guy next to him.
Yes.
Playing cards or something.
Yeah. That's it. She gets the camera and with the flash, then realises
she flashes her way out of there, basically.
Yep. Well, she flashed her way in a film before as well, a couple of years before. But
what film was that?
It's.
Let's check this out.
It was something. Times on Richmond.
Fast Times of Richmond.
That's it. Yeah. So she's in there playing a completely different role where she does flash.
Right.
Different kind of flash in this film.
Can we do that one next?
Yeah. Write it down. You've got a pen. Yes. So Kate says about her dad. This is a bit of a weird.
So yeah,
this bit I don't get.
This really random, almost unnecessary story arc.
Yeah.
Of why she hates Christmas.
Yeah.
We didn't. We didn't bring it up, but earlier Billy walks her home and says, "What's wrong with Christmas?"
Yeah,
and she just gets really stroppy with him.
Yeah, because Dad was in the chimney.
Yeah,
chimney. Yeah,
dark, man.
Yeah, I just like, where's this going? Does that mean
out of nowhere?
Is this how we're going to kill the Gremlins?
All it is it explains why she hates Christmas, which we didn't need to know that. It was a bit bizarre, this scene, but basically he gets stuck down a chimney, dies, and they don't know where he's gone. They think he's run away, don't they? Or whatever,
Yeah,
they just can't find Dad's missing, and then they start to notice the smell.
She lights the fire when it's a bit cold.
And he's up the game.
Random weird
little story. The pacing's a bit off on that one, I think.
It's a bit strange.
It stops the action dead.
We go to cinema now, don't we?
Oh, this was hilarious as well.
When they're watching Snow White.
So they go in the front and...
what are they doing? They're watching Snow White and they love it.
It's like, what are they doing? It's like, they're watching Snow White and they love it. Because you're just so confused. Yeah, they just start saying, oh, it's brilliant. Because it's just the randomness of, I have no idea what these guys are going to do next.
No.
Yeah.
Let's just cause havoc and then she'll go and watch a movie.
Yeah, he shot me earlier and now he's watching Snow White.
Yeah, now watching Snow White.
What are they going to do?
Good job they went before the DeLorean crashed into the cinema.
I guess this is the way they could think of how to kill them all in one go, get them all in one place.
Yeah, get them in one place.
Go watch Snow White.
What was the plan? Just to burn them?
Yeah,
gas explosion.
Yeah, well, he Billy realizes they're all in there, so he goes and lets the gas off and lights something ready for the explosion.
But Stripe,
Spike.
Sorry,
Stripe.
He went to get candy, didn't he? Because the popcorn. Yeah.
Candy.
Yeah, and he goes and he happens to just be out to get candy when there is an explosion.
Yeah,
he do manage to.
He survives.
Blow them all up, and then they go into the department store.
Yeah, department store. So Kate and Billy follow Spiky Stripe into the department store, and he's like, go and put the lights on. To Kate, she goes up to the office, puts on everything apart from the lights.
Yeah.
She turns on the fountain. Well done.
Yeah.
All the announcements and stuff, the tannoy. Can't find it. Surely the light switch is just as you go in there on the left or the right. But anyway, I suppose that would just kill him straight away, wouldn't it? We wouldn't like it. He gets the old crossbow
in the arm, which again, another stake, raising of the stakes.
Yeah.
And the electric chainsaw.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty dark.
Blocked by a baseball.
Not very strong though, very blood.
If you can't get through
I used to always think it was one of those metal baseball bats, but watching it back to do this podcast, it's wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't cut through it.
Yeah, it was only electric one, so perhaps that's why it's not as good as a
petrol
one, I'm guessing.
Well, you wouldn't use it to cut down a tree, would you?
No.
Still be there 40 years later.
Gizmo comes up in a little car driving.
Yeah, so this is
Barbie's car.
Call back to. Was he watching films?
He was, wasn't he?
What was he watching? Is it things like?
It was a race car program.
Right, we don't know which one it was.
No.
Yeah. So just a little heroic scene.
Yeah. So he
driving the car
straight through the fountain where Stripes on there, and pulls. Now, originally they filmed it as Billy is the hero, so he dives across. This is what he said that he didn't realise till we went to watch the premiere, because they filmed it. So he dives across the fountain, pulls the blind, and he says in the documentary that he Die Hard style. He used the word Die Hard. Dives over the fountain, pulls the blind, and kills him. but they changed it. And he didn't realise until the premiere
Until we watched it.
that Gizmo was the hero.
Who conveniently, as he pulls, falls under some shade. doesn't he?
Yes, yeah, lucky, wasn't it? And as he's in the water, that disgusting...
Oh, see, again, another reason why it's so harrowing to a kid of, 8, 9.
Yep.
It's just the grossness of that skeleton.
Yeah.
Again, the skin comes off and there's a skeleton underneath with, like, ooze and gore over it. Like, the best CG would struggle to
Yeah.
get such a good effect.
It was
these
amazing,
days.
wasn't it? It was really good.
40 years ago, being practical effects.
Yeah. And jumps out
makes it
again.
brilliant. And then, the
skeleton.
the old, think it's dead as a last-ditch kind of...
Yeah,
scare as well, into a puddle of ooze on the floor.
that was good. And he looks round and then Billy's dad's there.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, what's been going on here then?
Yeah.
You haven't been feeding him after midnight, have you? I told you, I bloody told you.
Which is another actual thing, the debate of how that would be possible. Because
Yeah.
when is after midnight?
Yeah.
Obviously 12:01, but then there's not any time after midnight.
After midnight for me would be like 12 till 3, I think.
I would say to answer anybody's, to keep it kind of neat, it's after, you can't feed them after midnight and before daylight.
Yeah.
You
But
know
it's
what I mean?
like when you want to go for a drink, it's always 12 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're
so
right.
you could always go for a drink at 9 o'clock if you wanted, because
How
it's
does
still
their
12
body
o'clock
clock
somewhere.
magic system?
They should have, like, maybe they could have said something like, don't give it meat. Don't give them meat. That
Or a
makes
partic-
them.
yeah.
Rather than feed them after a certain time. But maybe we're thinking about it too much.
We are, and I think some of this might be reflected in. There's a new Netflix, HBO Max,
Yeah, the Mogwai.
series, Secrets of the Mogwai, coming out, which I didn't even know was coming out when we announced this, and it was just like just some sort of bizarre coincidence that we'd decided to do Gremlins. 40 years later, they're doing a little animated
Yeah.
series on the Secrets of the Mogwai. It's supposed to go into the mythical, magical past and their abilities and origins. So maybe we'll find out something about that.
Yeah, good point. And then it finishes off with back at Billy's house. I guess it's Christmas. Is it Boxing Day then or something? And then they're just chilling in the lounge, and then the Chinese man...
Doesn't even knock.
No, just standing there.
Standing there in the hallway.
Come in, mate.
Yeah.
Come in. Do you want some leftover turkey?
Jump scare, as it turns around and this big scary Chinese man.
Yeah, and you have to give him back. Poor old Gizmo.
Bye, Billy. Bye, Woof Woof.
Sound more like Orville. I don't know about Mogwai.
And he gives him the smokeless ashtray, doesn't he? He's I've heard
smokeless
about this.
ashtray. Bought it off the guy at the gas station.
Latest in technology. No, it's not. It's an ashtray with a cover on.
Yeah.
There we go. And then one of my favourite scenes, we'll talk about favourite scenes in a minute, but the end scene as he walks off.
Clearly into a painting.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
I want that picture.
Yeah. That
Christmas
is
card.
Yeah.
It is. It's a proper Christmas card. So stuff that's missed on films these days. That painting, clearly a drawing or a painting, and next time your TV's on the fritz, or
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
it might just be a gremlin.
So we put a Instagram post out, didn't we? A week or so ago, asking people what is their sort of scary memory from the film, and got people to some of our followers to leave a comment, and we got a couple to read out. So Scott, you've got the first one.
I've got Mike from Liverpool, and he says the scene where Stripe,
A Stripe.
the scene where Stripe was dead near the end, melting, but like all good bad guys had one last spurt before succumbing to death, scared the living shit out of me, or the 9-year-old him, or the 9-year-old me. So again, we've covered that, but I absolutely agree with you, Mike.
Yeah.
Disgusting, horrible, terrifying, jump scary. Yeah, good example of a scene there.
Definitely. Paul, what was your...
So I've got
couple there?
two here. I've got Kim from Coventry, 80s movie girl.
Yeah, we know about
The kitchen scene, especially the blender. I think I was 8 or 9 at the time.
Yeah, the blood going everywhere.
Which now it was just so funny.
Yeah.
I find it so cathartic and hilarious, and
Get it!
It was horrible,
Have it,
wasn't
son.
it?
Have it.
It was scary. Yeah.
And Bruce from Montreal in Canada.
Oh, wow, Canadian.
When Kay explained how her dad died, this was totally gruesome for a 6-year-old me back then.
Yeah. It was, isn't it?
Out of place.
Yeah, it's to scare kids. That, and I've got one. This is from Pauline Taylor, son-in-law Abingdon, which is my mum.
Yay.
I asked my mum, and she said the egg hatching scene was disgusting. Just remember all the gooiness from the eggs up in the attic. So that was my mum's one that she remembered.
And your dad?
He's probably not seen it, to be honest.
He's too scared.
He was probably working or doing something.
If you think about that, Gremlins spawned a lot of other things like critters, for example.
Yes.
There's a much scarier horror themed.
Yeah.
And there are probably some other ones out there, but critters is clearly a copycat. But Gremlins was the OG. It was the original example of how to do cute, funny, scary, disgusting, all in one movie.
Loved it. I love it. I watch it every Christmas. It's probably this and Home Alone are my two Christmas go-to movies.
Easy now.
Yours would be...
Die Hard.
Yeah,
come on.
I know,
Yeah, I was going to say Die Hard.
I didn't want to be obvious.
Die Hard and Home Alone.
Yeah, Gremlins and Gremlins Home Alone for me.
Or either Home Alone. And Elf.
Elf, yeah.
Elf.
Yeah, true. Right, favourites, Scott? Got any favourites?
So, the scene where the woman goes on a killing spree, a gremlin killing spree, brilliant. But the thing that made me laugh out loud was the stair lift flying through the roof. I found that hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, so funny. And the fact that it was the gremlins being the anti-heroes, that was brilliant. That's for me.
What about your favourite characters? Not many in it, really, is there?
No. We've got... Gizmo Moore is from Gremlins 2, because he actually does a Rambo scene. I know we're covering a different film now, but... So not Gizmo, because he doesn't do much. Probably the dad, because the dad just doesn't seem to give a flying F that anything's happening and going on. Not scared, not worried.
Good old
just like found it a bit funny, really, and trying to sell. In the middle of all this, probably trying to sell, a smokeless ashtray to a non-smoker or something like that. So that's what's brilliant.
Paul, you got your favourites?
I love the cinema scene. When they start singing, I just think that's classic.
It is good.
I love it, yeah. And they're eating the popcorn and the stuff's going everywhere.
Just loving it, aren't they?
It's all brilliant.
Yeah. My scene, I like the opening scene. I love that. I said that earlier. My character's the dad as well, Randall. Did you know that, this is an interesting fact, his mother, in real life, wrote Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel?
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, there we go.
I did not know that, and thank you. I'm enlightened for
Completely
that
pointless fact, but tell your friends over the weekend about
one.
that one. Yeah, my favourite line is the end, the last line which we'll play at the end of this podcast, going into the music, but when he says about,
He's a singer as well.
Yeah, he was a folk singer. His mum co-wrote Heartbreak Hotel.
And he's passed away.
Yeah, late 90s, I think.
Yeah, 99.
Well, since my baby left me. Okay, someone say quiz?
Quiz!
Okay, quiz time then. I've changed the buzzers this week, different noises. Do you have an example of the...
Yeah, because apparently last time Scott's buzzer wasn't working, was it?
So your buzzer this week, Scott, goes like...
That's me.
Paul, the police siren constable.
Okay, then. We got 6 questions.
Right.
So this is where you could draw with me, Scott, aren't I?
No.
I think what are the scores? We've done...
I'm joking.
I think it's 2-1 to Scott, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it 2-1? You went back to the
This is the
future.
5th episode.
The first one we draw.
Right,
So
okay.
it's 2-1 in the series. We need to know this, don't we?
Yeah, we really should.
This is a shambles.
Yeah.
Already. Right, okay. Question 1. Things on buzzers. What is Billy's dog called?
I don't know.
Paul.
You just wanted to be first.
No,
you don't know.
it's just gone. That's the one thing
That you didn't know.
I couldn't tell you. Well, okay, I've got an idea, but I know it's...
You can take a guess. Do you want me to give you a clue? So
No!
I can't. It's gone. It's gone.
Ah.
If this was last week, you go, no, that's not the right answer.
Okay.
Let me have a guess.
Go on then. Have a guess.
I know it's wrong, but Randall?
No, 'cause that's the dad.
That's right, it's the dad. I thought he couldn't name
Do you want to have a guess, Paul? You can guess again, Scott.
I'm gone.
Oh, never shambles.
No, can't remember. It's gone.
It's Barney.
Never got that.
Barney the dog. Okay. Question 2.
Right.
This could be tricky. Finish the line. Rand Poutzer. Fantastic ideas for a fantastic world. I make the...
Impossible possible.
Oh, close.
Illogical, logical.
Correct.
Yay!
No, I think you said impossible possible earlier.
I know,
You got
I did.
that. Yeah, well done. Oh, God, that was close. 1-0.
I'm good.
1-0 to Paul. Okay. Question 3. Finish the line again.
Wish I got Barney right as well.
Finish the line. Now, you have to listen carefully for this. Okay, finish the line. Christmas carolers. I hate Christmas carolers. Screechy voiced. Paul.
Critters.
No.
I had a choice of 2.
It's 3 words, actually.
Oh.
So Mrs. Deagle, when she realises she thinks it's Christmas carolers. Christmas carolers, I hate Christmas carolers, screechy voiced. Little glue sniffers.
Little glue sniffers.
Yes.
Again, not a Clark.
No.
Not a Scoobies.
Yeah, it's a bit, what a thing to call Christmas carolers as well, isn't it?
Little glue sniffers.
Well, children.
Perhaps it was big back then.
Normally they're children.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Go around calling children glue sniffers.
Right. Oh, dear, mate. The 80s, eh? Okay, question 4. What car does Billy drive?
Volkswagen Beetle.
Correct.
Oh, I was going to say Citroen 2CV.
So it's 2-0.
I'm not confident on
You
this
can
one.
draw. You can come back and draw here.
If I want to.
2 to go. 2 to go. Okay, my stomach's rumbling there. Maybe that didn't pick up on the speaker.
It did. It's hilarious.
Question 5. How old was Kate when her father died at Christmas? Scott.
9.
Correct.
Really?
Yep.
That was a guess.
It's 2-1. Oh, you're going to tie. Is he going to bring it back? So, Paul, if you get this right, it's 2-2 in quizzes. Okay, all down to this this question.
Hang on, can I just check my...
Yeah, make sure it's working. Yeah, it's working.
That doesn't pre-qualify him
No.
for the question,
No,
by the
I'll
way. I'm
press
just,
again.
I'm
I
just
just wanna
making
make
sure.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to test yours again, Scott? Okay, right, enough of that. Okay, this is important question.
Right.
Question 6. What is the film Billy's mum is watching in the kitchen?
No.
Paul.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It sure is.
Yay!
Well done.
Stuff.
So it's 2-2. Well played. Shake hands. Have a...
Enforced politeness.
I'd
Now,
just
boys,
like to say
shake hands.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See, what I thought you were going to ask, and I
Yeah, go
thought
on then.
was what's the name of the bar that Kate works in? And I thought I'm going to remember that because that's what he's going to ask. Is it Kate? Is that her name?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And I can't remember. I know it begins with a D,
Okay.
but I can't remember. Let's find
Wasn't
out.
there her uncle's bar or something?
Something like that. So I had that in mind, and I've completely forgotten it, which doesn't help at all. Name of the bar in Gremlins.
Yeah, look it up.
One thing I thought you might have asked was, what was the burger bar they walked past?
Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was in Back to the Future as well, wasn't it?
the Burger King was.
Yeah, it's like sponsored.
Well, it
by
was by Burger King, but I don't think you saw the Burger King sign. You just saw it was is actually a Burger King real life.
Right. Okay.
Dory's Tavern.
Dory's Tavern. So
Dory's
was that
Tavern.
her auntie's bar or something?
It's a local pub in Kingston Falls and owned by Dory, where Kate works as a barmaid.
For nothing. She worked.
Sometime
Hey, as a
before her death,
Yeah.
Ruby Deagle had tried to get it shut down.
That's it.
As revealed when Kate Beringer approached Billy Peltzer with a petition paper. So
yeah,
I
good
thought
start.
I'm going to remember Dory's Tavern, and I forgot it.
Right then, before we go.
So the next film we're going to do is It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes. When was that? 60s?
40s.
Before that. wasn't it?
40s.
Right, 30s or 40s.
I want to live again. Clarence, I want to live again.
I've never seen it.
Never have I. I just remember that from Family Guy.
Yeah. Okay, well, so once again, Paul, what is our website? I keep forgetting, don't I? What is it?
www.3retromoviegeeks.com.
Boom.
Brilliant. That's www. Stands for World Wide Web, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we are on Facebook.
Actually, a correction, the3retromoviegeeks.com.
Well done. Get it right. Instagram, which we've got 500 followers this week.
Whee!
Thanks for all those people following us. Quick shout out to another podcast, the 80s Cinema Club podcast, which two guys called Harry and Alfie, who have recently started doing a 80s podcast. They are college students from Stockton-on-Tees. So, hello, boys.
Hello.
Keep up the good work. Nice to see you doing the 80s movies. We are done. Do we know what we're doing next time?
Well, we got some ideas, and we can put this out as a poll, actually, or just sound like the future. We've probably got about a month left before I have to take a little break because I'm going to have... Well, I'm not me, my wife is going to have a little baby.
Excellent.
So we've got a little bit of time, and we've got... No, thank you.
That's for your wife. You've done bugger all.
Wow.
Well, really... compared to what
Not
women
for the
have to
last 9
go
months
through,
anyway.
we don't do anything.
If she listens,
anyway.
she listens, essentially.
She won't get this far. I can say whatever I want.
What women have to go through.
Yeah, she won't be listening. So we've got 3 movies coming out in June which have 80s tiebacks. You have Transformers Age of the Beasts, something like that.
Animated movie.
So that has Optimus Prime. The original G1 Optimus Prime, which is what the Michael Bay films never had, voiced by Peter Cullen, who, again, another link, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker did voices for the Gremlins and Mogwais in Gremlins, and they were Optimus Prime and Megatron in the original 80s cartoons. So we have the Transformers original, the animated movie, which I goddamn love.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if either of you two have seen that one, but great music. Actually, some really good A-list.
So we could do
A-listers, some high-profile names. You could do that one. We've also got The Flash coming out, in which Michael Keaton returning as Batman.
Yes,
I love the 1989 Batman.
Yeah.
And you've got Indiana Jones 5, so we could tie in one or the whole trilogy or whatever of the Indiana Jones.
So
So I think there's 3 really good ideas for tying in.
Try and get them 3 done before the baby comes.
If we can, and then, whatever happens after that.
Excellent. Okay. Right, we're about to go and turn on all the lights, check all the closets and cupboards, look under the old beds.
Here he goes.
Because you never know. Thanks for listening. Keep it retro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's the story. So if your air conditioner goes on the fritz, or your washing machine blows up, or your video recorder conks out, before you call the repairman, turn on all the lights, check all the closets and cupboards, look under all the beds, because you never can tell. There just might be a gremlin in your house.